To walk you through step by step of how to renew your work permit here inside Canada. You will need to answer all the eligibility questions, and then it will bring you to a document checklist and the application. All right, but you will need to have an IRCC secure account first. I will put the link for how to create an online account with IRCC in the description below. Let's assume that I do have an account already, so all I need to do now is enter all those info and then sign in. Okay, and then continue with the one that I have. Okay, here is the account that I am having now. When you scroll down, and then you will see start an application in here, apply to come to Canada. You select on this, all right? Okay, so let's assume that we haven't got a personal code, reference code to put in here. So for now, you can click in visitor visa, study, and or work permit. Okay, so select in here. And then guys, here is eligibility questions that you will need to answer, and the information that you enter here will decide if you are eligible to renew your work permit or not. All right, so let's get started. The first question is, what would you like to do in Canada? You select work, of course. How long you plan to stay in Canada? That is more than 6 months. And the code in your passport. Current country, you need to select Canada because you are inside Canada and you want to renew your work permit. Do you have family member who is Canadian citizen or PR? No. And your date of birth? I make it up. Okay. Then next. Are you a lawful permanent resident of the USA? No. What is your current immigration status in Canada? You have to select your case, all right? But for now, renew your work permit. It means that you are a worker. Okay, and find out more in here. Does this one applying to you? You have to read all those to see if your answer is yes or no. But basically, most likely, the no, because you have work permit inside in your country before you come to Canada. And then, are you a spouse or common law dependent child? You select all those, yes or no, based on the questions that they ask you, all right? And are you spouse, common law partner, or dependent child of a person who is foreign government officer in Canada on an exchange agreement? No. Spouse, diplomat? No. Are you a spouse or common law of a person who holds a study permit? I am not. Approved in principle for PR? No. Have you submitted a PR application in Canada? No. Do you have a written job offer? I say yes. And then you can ask your employer to provide you a letter of employment, all right? Then next, what is your marital status? Currently, I am single. Let's assume that. And then the destination is Ontario. If you are living in other province, you do the same like in your province, okay? Like for example, in Alberta, in Manitoba, Quebec, or Saskatchewan, Yukon, okay? You select the province that you are working at. And then next. Okay, the result. Based on the information I provided, the result show in here. That is a work permit and temporary resident visa. But to me now, I need to extend my work permit first, and then after that I can use, and then I do look at this temporary resident visa. If you are working or studying in Canada, your temporary resident visa, that is a visa, may expire at the same time as a work permit. If your work permit is expiring soon, please renew your permit first. And once your permit is approved, you may apply for a temporary resident visa, okay? So you need to work in here in Canada And then after that, you apply for a visa because the visa is only entering the country in Canada, okay? Okay, so now let's get started with the work permit applications. And work permit in here is also include the extend your stay in Canada to work with a work permit. It means that it is work permit renewal. All right, so let's get started by clicking in here, continue. Okay, almost there. And then click on the continue. Are you accompanying a family member who has status in Canada? No, I don't have. And then next, when your status in Canada expire, define and it expire in July 1st. And then next, work situation, you read all those arrows and then you select the situation that apply to your work. All right, to me, none of the above. And then I select next. And this question, do you have NAMIA issues by Service Canada? This question, you have to select yes or no, but my employer has requested one. You cannot answer no, because if you answer no, it means that you are not eligible to apply. You can try in your application, okay? I mean, in answering that eligibility. But for example, if I select no, let's say that, and then I update the information, it will say like this: you cannot apply at this time. You must have a mere issues by Employment and Social Development Canada. Okay, so if you answer no to that question, it means that you are not eligible to, you cannot apply for this time. Okay, so let's go back and modify my answers in here. And here, so it means that you have to select yes, all right, and then update the information. And have you had a medical exam performed by an IRCC? No, I don't have, because I came here 2 years ago and then I did that exam like more than 12 months. Okay, and then next, medical exam is needed before you submit. If you work in those, and then you answer that. But I'm not working in those areas, both health areas, so I answer no. Next, do you want to work in one of the following job? No, I am not. And then, do you want to submit an application for a family member in here? If you have a family member here in Canada, then, like for example, family member, it means that your spouse, your common law, and your children, all right, so that you can select. But like a relative, no, all right. This one is only apply for your wife, your husband, and your children only. Okay, but because I stated that I am single, so I don't want to submit any other applications for my family member because they are not here. And next, are you giving someone access? No, because I will be able to conduct the business with the IRCC. Next, in the past 10 years, yes, I did have the biometrics. Fees, yes, I will be paying my application fees. I am able to make digital copy, yes. And paying application fee online, yes, I can do that. Okay, so review your answer, and if you see any question that you need to update, then you can see that little pen box in here, and then you can edit it. Let's assume that everything here is correct, and then you hit on the continue. And submitting your application with that instruction, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then you continue. All right, and then here you go, guys. That is a document checklist. So it means that it has everything that you will need to provide the IRCC to renew your work permit. All right, and the first one is the application. That is a form. You will need to fill out the form IMM 5710, and then the supporting document, including the offer of employment, the LMIA, and the passport, digital photo, and the proof that you meet the requirement of the job being offered. All right, and then after that, that is the optional application if you need, but you don't need this form for now. and the client's information. If everything up here, you have nothing, nowhere to upload, and then you will have a chance of uploading your other client's information so that the IRCC knows more about your applications and know more about your case. For example, you can put, anything that you need they to know more about you. All right, and then you upload the file, and then for now that is the applications, and then we can fill out the form in here, and then we can upload the file. For this type of application, you will need to download and then save it, and then fill it out, and then save it again, and then upload the file. Okay, so we can do that now. So guys, let's open the link with the form in here. And all you can see is application to change conditions, extend my stay or remain in Canada in here. That is the form IMM 5710. Click in here. All you can see is the little icons in here up here, all right, that I'm circling now. And then you can open that file, and then maybe you may want to save it in any other place in your folder for a renew work permit, and then you open that from that folder, all right, and everything will be okay, because sometimes it will show up as please wait, something like that, and then you cannot see or cannot open from your link. But when you look into the folder that you save the file, then you will be okay to open that and fill the form. All right, so let's go in now. So guys, here is the form that I download, and then I filled it out previously. In here for the renew work permit is kind of the same like the work permit application that I completed before, but there is something that you need to pay attention. The first one is apply for work permit with the same employer. Okay, that is number 3, and for the rest you can do the same thing with all the basic information. Okay, so let's do from the beginning. All right. Number 1, UCI number. You put the UCI number. You can look into that number in your work permit. They do have the UCI. And number 2, I want service in English or French. It's up to you. Number 3, apply for work permit with same employer. And then personal details in here, you can select your, you can put the informations like your name and your date of birth, your sex, your place of birth and the country. Okay, so for those informations I don't need to take a lot of time in doing all of those things, but that is what you need to know in order to fill out the form. Okay, number 9, single. Okay, scroll it down again and again and again, so everything here is very personal information that you know, and you put it in. Okay, like the phone number, the address, the email. And here is coming into Canada. Number 1, place. I came to Canada in 2023 in Toronto, and the original purpose of coming to Canada, that is for working. And then number 3, date and place of your most recent entry to Canada, if it is not the same as original entry. Okay, but it's the same, so I don't need to put anything in here in number 3. And number 4, that is the work permit that I got. Okay, in here I put it as W. And then number 4, completed and details of intended work in Canada. Number 1, what type of work permit that I'm applying for. You can select that in that arrow and then see which one apply to you. But to me, that is labor market impact assessment stream. Okay, so by that way, I have to provide the IRCC with the LMIA number. If that is for the open work permit or any other permit, like postgraduate or open work permit or live-in caregiver, you can try. Okay, but for those labor market impact assessment stream, it needs to have the number. Then number 2, you can put the company's name and then its address and intended locations of employment in Canada.
And number 4, that is the job title and the descriptions of the duty. You can put it here, ABCD, fixing, ABC, something like that. Okay, you have to describe your duties of work. Number 5, durations of expected employment. You can put you want to work from when to when. Normally, the work permit lasts for 2 years. Okay, so because I put it here as a labor market impact assessment stream, so I have to put the number in here. If I don't put the number, then it cannot be validated the form later on. However, if you select co-op work permit or live-in caregiver or any other open work permit or post-graduation work permit, let's try like this. Okay, when you see the gray that you cannot type the number in here, so it means that you don't need to provide them with the number. All right, for example, co-op work permit or live-in caregiver, you see nothing in here, or even like post-graduation work permit, you don't see anything in here. All right, so two types that you will need to provide. The first one is exemption from labor market impact assessment. So when you see the red bar in here, it means that you have to provide the IRCC with the number. All right, and then the labor market assessment impact assessment stream, you have to provide them with the number. Okay, so let's type it here, and then you are good to go now. All right, and then number 7, bin issues, Quebec, no, we don't have. PNP program, no. Education, you put everything in here. All right, if you have a yes, but if you have no, and then okay, normally you need to enter of the post-secondary education in here. And then the employment, you put down all the employment, the work that you done in the past 10 years. All right, so I just take here as an example to demonstrate how to write it down only. Okay, and then after that, it is a background information, everything like mental disorder in the past 2 years, tuberculosis of the lungs. Okay, so you need to answer all those questions regarding to your health and background. Okay. Number 2, remain beyond the validities of your status. In my case, that is no. Okay, if you answer yes, then you have to explain. For example, in here you put down everything, detail, explain why that happened. Okay, but in my case, no. And then number 3, have you committed or arrested or been charged with or convicted of any criminal offense in any country or territory? My case, no. Okay. And background, no, no, no. I have no, no, no. And then my signature. And then do you consent to be contacted by IRCC or an organization? I'm okay with that. And then after that, I sign with my name put down in here, and then the day that I fill out this application. And then after that, if everything is good, and then I do the validate. Okay, it means that everything's good, validation completed successfully, and then I put the OK, and then it will comes up with the barcode in here. Okay, if you don't see any barcode, it means that there's something that you will need to fix it. Okay, so guys, it is all good to go now. I save it again because it is validated, yes, and then I will upload it in the portal now. All right, so guys, let's go back to IRCC secure account for the work permit application, and then down here you can see that upload file. You select on that and then choose the file that you just saved, and then you upload it. Return to your documents. Okay, so in here, when you see uploaded in that column, so it means that everything's good. If you want to update, and then you update later. Okay, and then for the supporting documents, you will need to upload all of those things like the offer of employment, the NAMIR, the passport, or for the passport. the valid one. Okay, digital photo, and then in here prove that you meet the requirements of the job being offered. If you need the instructions on each items, then you will need to open the question mark in here so that you can understand more what it is about. All right, like for example this or this. Okay, and then for the optional documents that I explained before, you don't need to apply for that visa outside of Canada. And for that client's information, so if you have any information that you need, the IRCC knows more about your application, about your case, then you will write down a letter, the note, and then you upload in here. Okay, and then after all those documents uploaded it in the portal, then it will show up with the fee payment down here that way. But now it's not coming up yet because it needs to have all those uploaded. Okay, and after that, that is the fee payment. And then after that, you submit the application. After submitting the application, they will send you an email and saying that you need to wait. Like they acknowledge that they received your application and you need to wait. And for now, I just check with the processing time for the with the IRCC regarding to the work permit. You can see, you can type processing for the work permit, and in here inside the Canada, and then get processing time. It is 237 days. It is pretty long for now. So I hope everyone who applied to renew your work permit in Canada will receive that without